Good evening to you. Welcome to IESA Class 3A State Championship action on Central Illinois Sports. Third and fourth place action for you tonight from Germantown Hills as the Channahon Indians take on the Litchfield Panther Cubs. Alongside Justin Poor and Damon Emmerich, I'm Charlie Hill. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with coverage from all four locations of the IESA State Finals this evening, where four state champions will be crowned, one in each class. Here on the 3A side, these two teams, after losing their semifinals last Saturday, coming back and trying to be one of the few teams that can win their final game of the season. We'll talk more about the matchup on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Third and fourth place action from the Class 3A girls basketball state finals here from Germantown Hills Middle School. Channahon enters with a record of 21-2. They're taking on 21 and for Litchfield. Litchfield won their opening contest over Monticello 30-8 and then were defeated by Germantown Hills 31-18. Channahon was a 31-18 win over Beecher, and then were defeated by Pikeland 40-13. Germantown Hills and Pikeland will play in the championship at 7:30 this evening, but our concentration on this one is on these two teams, and Damon Emmerich alongside. And Damon, although your goal when you came to the state tournament was to win the final game, well, now this is your final game, and so that's still the goal. Even though you might not be taking home that first place trophy, still an opportunity to take a trophy home with a win as well.
Well, you can be one of the two teams in the Class 3A to finish their season with a victory, and that's ultimately what these teams are out to do. What you'll probably also see is in games like this where it's not the championship game, coaches may try to get a few more players off the bench a little bit earlier just to get them some game action and say that they were able to participate in the state tournament series.
This Channahon Indian squad, we saw them. They're a physical team. They're a team that has some good quickness. We were really impressed by Sadie Webb as the point guard, and also Kennedy Katowski with a little inside-outside present for them. They're a team that really, you can tell there's a reason they've only lost 2 games on the season. They present a lot of matchup problems for their opponents. Yeah,
have a lot of length that they're able to throw at you with Katowski out top on the defensive end that causes a lot of turnovers, and they just you could tell in that game against Pikeland on Saturday that both teams didn't have much time between games, had quick turnarounds, and their legs just kind of got worn out. And they faced a tough Pikeland squad, but this is a group that is filled with a lot of athletes, and you can tell there's a there's a reason why they are here in Germantown Hills for this state series.
Their opponent tonight, the Litchfield Panther Cubs, and the Panther Cubs also with a good record on the season, 21-4 on the year. We were really impressed by Adia Melkert early on. Now, Germantown Hills did a pretty good job of negating her in the semifinal, but that's where Lindsay Reed really came to shine in that contest. She had a good game for the Panther Cubs in that one. It'll be a tough matchup tonight. McKenna Harmon probably going to have to try to guard some of the taller players she's had to guard all season. It'll be tough for her, but she showed that she is up to the challenge.
Yeah, she did a nice job there on Saturday. She got into foul trouble a little bit in their quarterfinal game, but if she can stay out on the floor, it's going to be very beneficial for these Panthers and their squad and their chance to win tonight. If she needs to be out on the floor, and then Lindsay Reed did a nice job handling the basketball, so she's got to make sure that she stays out on the court and out of foul trouble.
It is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Farm and Home Supply starting lineups on Central Illinois Sports.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Is your little boy or girl off the naughty list? Well, don't miss your last chance to get toys at a huge sale December 17th at your local Farm and Home Supply. Here are some of our favorite deals, including this Build-A-Buddy tractor for under $20 and this huge remote control buggy for under $50. And get 25% off our huge selection of Melissa and Doug, including barn and pizzas. And get 20% off all games and puzzles, including a new favorite, Chicken Poo Bingo. And one of our best sellers from last year's back, this toy hauler is under $25. See all these deals and more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, let's take a look at the Farm and Home Supply starting lineups in this contest. From snacks and tools to power, or from snacks and hoodies to power tools and lawn chairs, and all that's in between. Nobody has it like your local Farm and Home Supply. Learn more at farmandhomesupply.com. The Channahon Indians will be the visiting team on the scoreboard. They're 21-2 on the season. They'll start at a guard, an 8th grader, Clara Gitsoylan. At a second guard, she's an 8th grader. That's Reagan Keys. At the third guard, an 8th grader in Sadie Webb. At a forward, she's an 8th grader. That's Kennedy Katowski. And at the other forward, an 8th grader in Gianna Johnson. Johnson, Katowski, Webb, Keys, and Gitsoylan for the Channahon Indians. For the Litchfield Panther Cubs, they're 21-4. On the year. They'll start at a guard, an 8th grader, Adia Melkert. At a second guard, an 8th grader, Jada Carroll. And the third guard is an 8th grader in Lindsay Reed. At a forward, she's an 8th grader, Emma Widener. And at the other forward, an 8th grader, McKenna Harmon. Harmon, Widener, Reed, Carroll, and Melkert for Litchfield. That's a look at the Farm and Home Supply starting lineups. We'll tip it off from Germantown Hills next on Central Illinois Sports.
Hey, grab me one too.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the perfect gifts for this holiday season.
Come in and check out all of the great gift ideas like hunting accessories, clothing, gun safes, guns and bows.
Let Game Masters help you with your holiday shopping.
Go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection.
And don't forget gift cards for those hard-to-buy loved ones. Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
Game Masters in Quincy. We're passionate about the outdoors.
Go team, go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Just about ready for tip-off here in third and fourth place action. Germantown Hills Middle School, the site of this IESA Class 3A state finals this year. On the 8th grade side, these ladies playing in their final game of their junior high career for the 8th grade participants. And of course, a couple of 7th graders mixed in from roster to roster. Channahon, for example, has 3 7th graders that they dress. Litchfield, an all 8th grade roster for Drew Logan and Jennifer Fleming. And they'll be wearing the white uniforms, white tops, purple shorts, purple numbers and white outline. And Channahon's in the visiting red uniforms with the white numbers and black accents. A little bit smaller crowd on hand than what you'll see for the championship game, especially with Germantown Hills playing in their home gymnasium, but also a little tougher, Damon, for some folks to, travel from a Litchfield or a Channahon on a Thursday evening for a 6 o'clock game. So for those folks who couldn't make it in person, we are certainly glad you have joined us here on Central Illinois Sports. Our referees are ready to roll. So are the participants. And we're excited to be alongside with you for this third and fourth place contest. Harmon will jump in the center for Litchfield against Katowski for Channahon. And third and fourth place action is underway as the tip is up and controlled by the Indians. Channahon's Webb will bring it toward the front court against some man-to-man pressure of Litchfield to start the contest. Now it actually looks like they drop back into a 2-3 zone in the half court. Katowski with it out top. She's got it between the circles, trying to direct some traffic. How you doing? Keep it moving. She'll work it off on the right side. That's to Webb. Skip past top of the key to Soylent. Over to Katowski, still standing out near that center line. Just underway here in period number 1. To get Soylent, they'll get it to the high post and Johnson. Back out top to Katowski. Now Webb will knife inside. Her runner is partially blocked by Harmon. Rebound is loose and fought for and comes the way of the Panther Cubs. Melkert brings it into the front court. On the attack for the first time of the evening is Litchfield. Gets the ball out to Reed. Now to Harmon. She'll drive right at Katowski. Shot blocked. Rebound loose. Harmon gets it back on the offensive side. Second chance opportunity for the Panther Cubs. Carroll gets it out top of the key. Couple of bounces, looked back door, tried to find Reed, and she took a hop and came down with it and will be called for the travel.
That'll be the first turnover of the ball game. Scoreless here, 4:49 to play, first quarter action on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard.
Katowski and Getsoylan bringing the ball into the front court. Ooh, they have a little bit of an advantage, but a nice drive getting back, tipping that ball away. Ball run down, put up no good by Johnson on an offensive rebound. Outlet pass goes to Melkert for Litchfield, headed the other way. The Channahon squad is just filled with good athletes, though, especially on the defensive end. They do a nice job of moving their feet and really pressuring on the ball. And that'll be big for this Litchfield team to take good care of the basketball. Harmon, ooh, nice backdoor pass finds Melkert. Her runner won't fall. Ball out of bounds. The official says, keep it on this end.
A little surprised to see that Channahon has come out and been packed into the zone a little bit more. We saw on Saturday. They're a lot more aggressive on defense, but so far the first few possessions for Litchfield, they have been facing a zone defense.
Melkert has it on the dribble out top. Webb now has the ball stripped away. It's tied up. It'll stay with Litchfield on the alternating possession era. Out of bounds underneath for Litchfield. 4:05 to play in the first, no score. Melkert gets it on the inbounds pass, little jab step. Tried to hand it off to her teammate in Reed. Got a short hopper that time off of her shin and out of bounds. A turnover on the Panther Cubs is their second. Little full court pressure now by Litchfield as Channahon Katowski has it in the backcourt. Throws over the top of the defense to Webb. Webb toward the sideline right side. Between the circles to Katowski. Thought about the deep three, now on the right side to Webb. Ball goes to the high post to Johnson. She'll work it back out to Webb on the right side, and she'll be called for shuffling the feet. Traveling is the call. Turnover the first of the day by the Indians. Out of bounds on the sideline of the backcourt now for the Indians. Check that for the Panther Cubs. As Reed will get it to Carroll, now Melkert. She'll let everybody clear out. And trying to decipher this Channahon defense, and another travel now called, this time on Litchfield. So these two teams still trying to feel each other out here in the early going. And still scoreless with 3:34 to play in the first. Getsoylan works it across. Ball kept alive into the hands of Keys. Back out to Getsoylan. This offensive pace for Channahon going to have to be a little bit quicker to get that zone moving around. Now Katowski will go down low for the first time. To Johnson out behind the perimeter to Webb. High post goes to Katowski. Ball on the baseline left side now Keys to Getsoylan. To Katowski, turns and faces, puts it on the deck. Leaves it out to Webb. Webb puts it on the dribble drive. Ball knocked free, out of bounds. It'll stay with Channahon. Webb to trigger. Looking, gets it in out top to Getsoylan. Back over to Webb. Webb with a little space. Dribble drive, little runner up right hand, no good. Rebound underneath. The way of Melkert. She'll push it into the front court. That's to Carroll. Carroll on the run out underneath and travel. Had the right idea, just needed to go to that jump stop that time. Instead came down to the little 1-2 and gets called for the shuffle. Into the front court comes Getsoylan. Ball knocked away by an active Lindsey Reed. Litchfield much more aggressive defensively than we saw them on Saturday to start out this game.
Doing a nice job so far in this one. Both teams scoreless. 3.5 minutes into the ballgame.
Keys passes tip. Gets it in the middle to Katowski. Now to Johnson. Blocked by Harmon. No, they'll call a foul here. And Johnson will head to the free throw line shooting 2 shots.
Going to be fouled by McKenna Harmon. That'll be Harmon's first foul of the quarter against the Panther Cubs. Gianna Johnson at the line for 2, looking to give us our first point of the ball game. First one from her is on its way. It is off the back of the rim and no good.
Still trying to break into that scoring column for either one of these teams. And don't expect this to be a really high-scoring game, and I don't expect the championship game to be real high either. Both teams really like to play good defense. Now this one doesn't catch rim. Maybe it caught this the edge, and they'll play on here as Melkert gets it into the front court. Drives the middle, had the ball knocked loose. Back out top to Reed, now to Carroll right side. As they'll set up in the half court offense now. Reed tries to split a double team off the dribble, and they'll call a reach-in foul on one of the Indians.
This will be the first foul of the quarter against the Indians. It will also be Clara Getzelin's first foul of the ball game. Checking in for the first time for the Indians will be Maddie Karstison as Gianna Johnson takes a seat for the Indians.
Inbounds pass comes into Harmon. She'll get open and put it up and in for two and make it a 2-0 lead. 2-0 Litchfield. Here in the early going. It's Soylent, pass down low to Keys. Caught underneath, throws it back out to Webb. Top of the key now, Katowski for a three-pointer, too hard. Rebound to Melkert. She'll try to push it the other way through traffic and has the ball knocked loose. It'll be tied up here and head the way of Channahon. 5 early turnovers here for Litchfield. And it's ball out of bounds in the backcourt here for the Indians. Webb to Katowski left side. Back to Webb, now trying to get the ball reversed and trying to get that high post open. But, really nice job by Jada Carroll to guard that high post and deny the touches there. Now caught in the corner is Skit Soylent. She got it free to Keys. Somehow saw Webb all the way across the way. She'll drive in. Shot up is good. They'll say count the basket, and she'll have an and-one opportunity here, trying to give Channahon their first lead of the evening.
Lindsay Reed whistled for her first. Team foul number 2 against the Panther Cubs. Sadie Webb gave us our first tie of the ball game as we're knotted up at 2 with 1:20 to play here in the first quarter. Webb looking to give us our first lead change of the ball game. Her free throw attempt is no good. Rebound fought for and finally controlled by Karstison of the Indians.
And now the ball is tied up. No, a reach-in foul going to be called here. Not a jump ball, but a reach foul is the call.
Jada Carroll will be whistled for her first. That'll be the third foul of the quarter against the Indians. Webb will be the inbounds person for Channahon.
All comes to get Soylent. Now back to Webb, trying to get Katowski posted up underneath. Her turnaround shot is up and in. Pretty good defense by Harmon that time, but better offense by Katowski. And Channahon has the 4-2 lead. Now the ball picked out of the air by Karstison. She'll take it onto the dribble the other way. Stolen away by Reed. Saves it in bounds. And they'll say that Melkert, as she tried to keep it alive, had her foot on the baseline. So it'll stay with Channahon underneath their own hoop. 50.9 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. 4-2 the red-clad Channahon Indians have the advantage over the Panther Cubs of Litchfield. Webb has already used the dribble. Works it out to Soylent. Puts it on the dribble inside to Keys. Just inside the arc. Shot too hard. And the rebound loose and pulled down by Harmon. Her third already. She's come to play. Gets it to Lindsay Reed. She'll bring it toward the front court to Carroll. A single bounce of it. Long skip pass to Melkert. Over to Harmon. Faces the basket with 23 seconds to play in the first. Reed deep in the corner to Harmon. Harmon to the long 2, and it's good. Ties the game up at 4 points apiece. Channahon have an answer in the last 7 seconds. Into the front court, Webb. Dribbles between the defenders to Karstison. Has it tied up for a moment. Out top, shot will not count. Had it gone in, it didn't go in either way. And we've played a single quarter. In third and fourth place, IESA third place action in 3A. It's a 4-4 tie, Litchfield and Channahon.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. Streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Ready for second quarter action. Litchfield starts the quarter with the basketball. They and Channahon are tied at 4 points apiece. Ball down low comes to Harmon. Her turnaround shot won't go. Rebound down to Keys for the Indians. To Katowski. Now gets Soylent. Back to Katowski, still in the backcourt. Works it across to Karstensen at the high post. On the left side to get Soylent. She'll try to drive in, denied there. Over to Katowski for 3. Good. Shot that one with some confidence to Kennedy Katowski, and she gives the Indians a 3-point lead. Their largest of the contest here. Here's Harmon on the drive the other way, blocked by Katowski. Her second block of the night. Harmon gets the offensive board, put back won't fall. Rebound fought for, and they'll call that a jump off. I thought maybe they'd call it out of bounds, as I thought Litchfield's player was laying on the baseline. Either way, it'll be length of the court to go for Channahon. Indians with the 3-point lead and the basketball. Webb near the sideline, gets it across to Katowski. I'm going to venture to guess Katowski's also a very good volleyball player. You want to bet? She's got a little spring to her. She'll drive to the baseline, throws the pass out to Karstensen that was tipped and then came off at her fingertips out of bounds, and a turnover on the Indians.
Wouldn't surprise me if she's not good at track as well.
Yep, just a good athlete. For sure. Harmon, also a good athlete. She's on the dribble into the front court. Had the ball knocked loose, and we'll get another tie-up. No, we'll get a foul here on Karstensen. Nope.
That'll be Webb's first foul of the quarter against the Indians. We'll see Jenna Longwell into the ballgame for the first time in this one for Litchfield as Emma Widener takes a seat.
Longwell was a good spark off the bench for Litchfield on Saturday. We saw her come in, and her teammates really like her. Harmon with it out top. Turns and faces the hoop over to Reed. Reed tries the drive in, now back to Harmon. Harmon to Reed, deep 3 ball on the way is off the mark. Reed will run it down to the backcourt. It was kind of off of a couple of players. That's why she was able to go back and get it. Now Melkert with it, guarded hard by Webb. He's picked up the dribble. Now between the circles again to Reed. Toward the right side of the court. Try to throw it out top to Harmon, and she'll run it down to the backcourt. To Melkert on the left side. 4:08 to play in the second quarter. Harmon to Carroll, top of the key. Tries the drive in, kicks it off on the right side. Reed drives the baseline, runner up and good for Reed. Makes it a 1-point game now, as these two teams both playing well here in this first half. Gets Soylent. Dribbles toward the left corner. Ooh, had a chance to probably trap her there. Now the ball gets reversed over to Katowski. Got to have a hand in her face at all times. Webb now to get Soylent. Gets to the high post and Karstensen. Karstensen tries to dribble through the middle of the defense. And they'll say that ball's off of her and out of bounds, and a turnover on Channahon is their third.
Johnson back in. Keys will take a seat for the Indians.
This is probably about as tall of a lineup as Channahon could put on the floor at one time, with Karstensen, Johnson, and Katowski all on the court. And for Litchfield, as Carroll now called for a travel as she pivoted on one foot and then the other, Litchfield on the other side, outside of Harmon, doesn't have a lot of overall team height.
No, they definitely rely on their speed and quickness, as we will see Charlotte Reyes check into the ballgame for Litchfield, as Carroll will take a seat.
1-point lead for Channahon. Now the basketball back in their direction as the turnover was committed by Litchfield. There's Webb on the baseline drive. Cut off there, needs some help. Now the ball stolen away by Reed. And then Webb is going to be called for a reach-in foul, and this will be a big foul here early in the second quarter.
And it will be her second, team foul number 2 of the quarter. Turnover there against the Indians was their 4th. So they're going to take Webb off of the person bringing the ball up the court, try to not have her pick up a 3rd foul as the Panthers are going to throw the ball out of bounds. That'll be a turnover against them, their 8th.
2:55 to play in the half. 7-6 Channahon. Looking to add to their advantage here. Webb gets it to Johnson. Out to Getsoylen. Puts it on the dribble. Back out to Webb on the wing left side. Still trying to get to that high post. Now top Katowski for another 3. This one is off the window, no good. And Longwell with the rebound for Litchfield. Reed brings it across, gets it to Reyes. Pivots a couple of times, hands it back to Reed. Reed gets that baseline drive again, right-hand runner-up and good by Lindsey Reed, and Litchfield retakes the advantage. Second lead change of this contest, and Lindsey Reed with 4 early points. Ball on the left wing to Webb. Long skip pass over to Getsoylen. Looks to the high post. Ball is loose and stolen away by Litchfield. Reed with it now loses her footing. So did the defender at the same time. Ball poked free for a moment. Run down by Reyes. Out to Melkert. Near the center line. Gets it to Harmon with her back to the basket, top of the key. Hands it off to Reed. Tries the dribble drive. Ball is tied up, I think, and it is, and it'll be Litchfield basketball.
Both were laying on the inbounds line there as well, so it'll be Panthers basketball. Reed will be the inbounder underneath their own basket.
It's really the second time today I thought somebody was laying on that end line when they were trying to get a held ball. It usually results in a turnover when that happens. Here's Melkert trying to dribble through a couple of defenders. Good hustle, but she's going to be called for traveling now. She also, I thought maybe she bumped her head. I think she's just frustrated, and Litchfield wants the timeout. We'll pause as well. 1:28 to play in the half. It's an 8-7 lead for Litchfield over Channahon.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Litchfield took the timeout. They have a 1-point lead with 1:28 to play in the half. Channahon, though, with the basketball. Headed into the front court. Katowski brings it across. Out to Getsoylen, now back to Katowski. To Getsoylen. They've done a nice job when they get the ball to the high post, but the high post has to be willing to look to that opposite wing for that kick back out. Shot missed and a rebound comes down to Reyes. She'll get it to Reed. Reed into the front court to Harmon left side. Dribble drive at the baseline. Passes stolen away by Getsoylen. Off to Katowski with under a minute to play in this first half. Free throw line to Johnson. Gets to the opposite wing to Getsoylen for a 3. No good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll go the way of Litchfield. Panthers have the 1-point lead and now the possession. As Melkert will bring it up. Works it to Reed, drives that right baseline again. Runner up, won't fall this time. Rebound was down to Katowski, knocked away from behind by a hustling Lindsey Reed. In the backcourt, on the sideline, in the corner here for Channahon, kind of a tough place to inbound the ball. Keys will run it down, and that is close to over and back. Works it to Johnson. Good ball movement inside. Karstensen shot no good, but she's fouled, and she'll shoot 2 shots.
That'll be against Ada Melkert. That'll be her first foul of the quarter against the Panthers. It will send Maddie Karstensen to the line for 2 shots for the Indians of Channahon. First one from her is on its way. It is off the back of the iron, no good. 8-7 Litchfield with the lead, 18.5 seconds to play here. First half action in the 3rd and 4th place contest as Channahon at the line looking to tie the ball game. Karstensen's free throw is up and good.
Tied at 8 points apiece. 15 seconds to play in the half. Reed brings it across, hands it to Reyes. Reyes has the ball poked free, stolen away. Katowski has it with 7 seconds, keeping her eyes up into the front court. Finds Soylent. She'll get it high post to Johnson, lost her footing. And is called for traveling with 9/10 of a second to play in the period. So we are very likely, Damon, going to be head of the half tied at 8 points apiece. Unless a 3/4 court shot goes in here. Melkert will let it bounce, doesn't pick it up until... Sorry. The official is saying the clock started early, so they're going to take the ball back out of bounds with 9/10 of a second left. And now Channahon will put a little more pressure on Melkert, so it's sort of like a replay here. And she'll just bounce it a couple times, and then 9/10 of a second ticks off the clock, and we head to halftime. The Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's Litchfield and Channahon tied at 8.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
I love training. I like to help people improve on their tasks. That food has been providing everything for me. They just treat you so well. When my life needed an opportunity, I chose that.
You're getting thirsty, bold, refreshing. So good. I mean, dude.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Quincy, Illinois. The place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their sales team is here to make the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are satisfied. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com. It's Litchfield and Channahon tied at 8 points apiece here at the half. Damon Emmerich.
Well, Litchfield jumped out to the early 2-0 lead. The 2-point lead is their largest of the ball game. Channahon has led by as many as 3, and we've been tied in this one at 2, 4, and 8. 2 lead changes in the game. Turnovers for Channahon. 1 turnover after the first quarter. They finished the half with 6 turnovers, whereas Litchfield had 6 turnovers after a quarter, and they go into half with 11 turnovers. Sadie Webb, the only player for either squad with 2 fouls, as Webb of the Channahon Indians picked up her 2nd foul midway through the 2nd quarter. We're at the half on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Channahon 8, Litchfield 8. Back with the rest of your first half stats after these.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account, plus ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back on the Little Chess Motors halftime show. Game knotted up at 8 points apiece. Damon's got a look at the rest of your halftime stats.
Well, after 1 half of play, Litchfield 4 of 11 from the field for 36%. They have yet to attempt a free throw in the ballgame. 2 players in the scoring column for the Panthers, Lindsey Reed and McKenna Harbin, both with 4 points apiece. And for the Indians of Channahon, they were 3 of 12 from the floor for 25%. Including 1 of 4 from behind the 3-point line. They were 1 of 5 from the charity stripe in the first half of play. Scoring for the Indians goes as this. Maddie Carstensen knocked down the lone free throw of the ballgame for either team for her 1 point. Sadie Webb with 2 points, and Kennedy Katowski leads the Indians in the first half of play with 5 points.
It is an 8-all tie here, and defense kind of ran the day in the first half of play for both teams. Really kind of packed it in on the zone a couple of times for Lindsey Reed to get free on the baseline for Litchfield. Got them half of their points, and for Channahon, a couple of shots, one from the outside. Neither of these teams are big three-point shooting teams, so I understand the strategy by both of the coaches on the defensive side. Offensively, though, both teams will have to really work on that ball movement to find some openings in the windows of that zone.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised in that first half of play that we didn't see Channahon come out and be more aggressive on the defensive end with their full court press. We saw that was pretty common for them on Saturday, or at least as soon as they crossed the time stripe, Katowski was up top in a 1-2-2 defense, making it tough for them to utilize both sides of the floor. So we'll see if the Indians come out in this third quarter and look to establish themselves even more on the defensive end, which once you get it going defensively, we've seen teams are able to put up points in a hurry on the offensive end.
All teams returning to the court to warm up for the second half. We pause for our final break on the Little Chess Motors halftime show. We're back with second half action next on Central Illinois Sports.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout Central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
Welcome back on the Little Chess Motors halftime show. Channahon will have the basketball to start the second half in a game that's tied at 8 points apiece. Kind of expect maybe Channahon to come out and do a little more full court pressure in the second half, see if they can't try to turn the ball over. Although when we saw Litchfield win their early game on Saturday against Monticello, that really was when Ada Melkert was able to get out and kind of really do her thing in that full court. She didn't have much trouble taking care of the basketball with some pressure.
Yeah, she did a nice job, because in that quarterfinal game, Lindsey Reed got into foul problems and had to spend quite a bit of time on the bench in the first half of that game. But we'll see what happens here, as it will be Channahon basketball to start the second half. Sadie Webb back out on the floor for the Indians with her 2 fouls.
Yeah, it'll be important for her to keep away from getting that third foul early in this period for sure. She's a key cog to the Channahon team on both ends of the court. Here's Skatowski now for a 3, no good. Rebound down to Reed. Quickly into the front court, and Melkert on the run out. Feeds Carroll. Carroll reach around pass comes to Harmon. Shot up no good, but fouled. And Harmon will go to the free throw line. Good ball movement that time by Litchfield.
That'll be Gianna Johnson's first team foul of the quarter against the Indians. So it will send McKenna Harmon to the line, looking to give us our 3rd lead change of the ball game. Harmon at the line. Her shot attempt is up, and it is good. Actually won't be a lead change, as Litchfield held the last lead at 8-7. So they regained the lead at 9-8. And Harmon's got 1 free throw remaining. She's got her 5th point of the contest. Lefty's second shot is up, and it is off the rim. No good. Offensive rebound going to be, well, Lindsey Reed couldn't quite gain her footing, so it won't be an offensive rebound. It will just be possession Channahon, as we see Litchfield come out and look to pick up full court.
Ball in the backcourt to Webb. Guarded by Melkert. Lost the ball for a moment, now has picked up the dribble. Finds Skatowski. Works it toward the half-court line. Does get it across there. On the right side to get Soylent. She looks for an opening. Ball knocked away by Carroll. Run down, though, as it's kept alive to Katowski. 5:15 to play in the third. Here's a deep 3 now by Katowski. No good. Gets her own rebound. Drives inside. Runner up right hand. Won't fall. Gets her own board again. Puts it up. It's in. And she'll have an and one opportunity here.
3rd lead change of the ball game, as Katowski goes to the line looking to complete the and one after being fouled by McKenna Harmon. That's Harmon's 2nd. First foul of the quarter against the Panthers. Katowski at the line for her first free throw of the night. It is in and out, no good. Lindsey Reed with the rebound for the Panthers, her 3rd.
Here's a shot by Melkert at the free throw line. No good. Offensive rebound run down by Carroll. Back out to Melkert. To Carroll. She'll drive toward the left wing. Throw a pass. It was a little behind Widener and stolen away. Turnover on Litchfield. Into the front corner. It goes through the hands of Katowski, and they'll turn it right back over. So the two teams trade the turnovers here. And Litchfield has with a chance to retake the lead. Carroll with it on the right wing. Skips it across to Melkert. Melkert drives and gets called for the shuffle of the feet. Turnover on Litchfield.
That's the Panthers' 13th turnover of the contest. Second here of the second half. 7 turnovers in the ballgame for the Indians.
Webb into the front court, and she travels. She's trying to get moving a little too quickly that time. A couple of the last times down the court, Channahon's gotten the ball in the front court, and that trailing offensive player kind of just stayed behind the half-court line, which is really not a very good spot to be. They can't get you the ball there at all.
Not where you want to get the basketball.
Here's Harmon with it on the wing. Out to Carroll. High post, try to find Widener. Slips through her grasp and into the hands of Johnson on the turnover. Webb with the ball near the center circle. Gets it across to Soylent. Carroll chasing the ball. Got a tip and the ball stolen away here. Reed on the run into the front court for Litchfield. In the corner to Carroll. Back to Reed. Across the top to Melkert. Over to Harmon. Look to move on the baseline. Threw it across the way to Carroll. Now it goes through the hands of Reed and out of bounds. Ball knocked loose. It'll stay with Channahon following the turnover. 3:51 to play in the third. These two teams both playing really hard on the defensive end right now. Soylent into the front court. Bounce pass to Johnson. Back to Soylent. Gets it to Webb. Free throw line. Keys. Ball tip stolen away by Harmon. Harmon will bring it the other way herself down the left sideline. Picks up the dribble. Out top to Reed for the three in the lead. No good. And Soylent has the rebound for Channahon. Indians have the 10-9 lead. Ball in the backcourt to Katowski. She's picked up the dribble, and a timeout going to be granted for Channahon here just in the nick of time as they nearly had a turnover deep in the backcourt. 3:20 to play in the third. Channahon on top of Litchfield, 10-9.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the perfect gifts for this holiday season.
Come in and check out all of the great gift ideas like hunting accessories, clothing, gun safes, guns and bows.
Let Game Masters help you with your holiday shopping.
Go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection.
And don't forget gift cards for those hard-to-buy loved ones. Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
Game Masters in Quincy.
We're passionate about the outdoors.
3:20 to play in the third. 10-9 the lead for Channahon, and a pretty good timeout there by Coach Tommy Stokey as his team was very much in trouble of turning the ball over. In fact, did about a half a second after he called the timeout.
Yeah, nice job right there. Got the timeout at just the correct time as the Indians now have to get it linked to the floor, and they do.
Down low, Johnson gets a good look and really good ball movement to break the pressure that time by Channahon. They take the 12-9 lead, tying their biggest lead of the contest on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Reed with the ball, throws it over the top of the defender. That's to Carroll. Carroll back to Reed. They play a little pitch and catch over the top of the defender out front. Now Reed gets it. Looks on the baseline. Ball knocked loose, run down by Reed. She's caught into a double team underneath and some trouble, but kept it alive to her teammate in Melkert. 2:40 to play here in the third. Free throw line, Widener, shot blocked by Johnson, and the rebound to Katowski. Her fifth. Webb into the front court, has it stolen out of the air by Melkert. She'll bring it into the front court on the dribble. Works it out front to Reed. Playing the point of the press, or the pressure defense is Soylent today, to whereas Katowski was at that spot on Saturday. Shot missed by Harmon, rebound to Katowski. She's got to be careful kind of extending that left arm out there. Doesn't get called for that offensive foul. All the keys of the free throw line over to Katowski. She'll try to drive inside, gets caught on the baseline, finds her open teammate in Johnson, who will put it up and in for the basket. to make it 14-9 Indians. This is their biggest lead of the game. Here's Widener from the free throw line. Shot won't fall through. Rebound pulled down by Katowski. Gets it to Webb. Little hesitation, dribble into the front court. Long pass, had the right idea. It's the she and Gianna Johnson weren't on the same page that time, and that ball goes out of bounds, and we'll get a timeout called by Litchfield. 1:36 to play in the third. It's Channahon on top of Litchfield, 14-9.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
Hey, grab me one too.
.136 to play in the third. Timeout was taken by Litchfield. 3 timeouts left for the Panthers. They find themselves down by 5. Still a lot of time left in this game. Although just 1 point here in the quarter for Litchfield. Here's Longwell trying to work it down to Harmon. Ball was knocked free. Harmon on the floor trying to get it to one of her teammates, and this will be called a held possession, and it will go out of bounds to Litchfield underneath.
Jenna Longwell checked in for the Panther Cubs during that timeout as Emma Widener took a seat.
Inbounds pass to Carroll. Bounces down low. Longwell. Shot no good. And the rebound is secured by Gasoyland for Channahon. Indians looking to add to this 5-point lead. Gasoyland out to Katowski with 1:09 to play in the third. Soyland now, right side 3, clanks off the rim, no good. A rebound loose. That time, Karstensen had the board, and a reach-in foul on the rebound will be called against the Panthers.
Be the second foul of the quarter, as Lindsay Reed will be whistled for her second foul of the ball game.
And it's ball out of bounds underneath for the Indians. Shot no good. Rebound put back. Johnson won't fall. Rebound loose. And Harmon, it was Harmon who kept it alive for her squad. Into the front court. Melker dribbling between the defenders. Drives in. Kicks it to Carroll. Carroll to the middle of the floor to Melker. Over to Reed. 44 seconds to play in the third. Here's Carroll now for a 3. No good. And the 6th rebound of the day here for Katowski. Balled in. Stolen away by Melker. She'll get it to Reed, who fires the 3. Won't fall. And Katowski gets another rebound, her 7th. Call it 9th. What, did she get a couple at the other end? You didn't tell me about it? 23 seconds to play in the third. I think you're counting by 2s. Now Katowski for a 3, a deep one at that, and it goes through. Katowski opens up the lead to 8 with 10 seconds to play in the third. Carroll, left side Harmon. Top of the key, Melker puts it on the deck, drives inside, ball off of her foot and out of bounds, and a turnover on Litchfield. 1.1 seconds to play in the third. Webb will get it and just hold it, and we'll head to the final quarter of play with the Channahon Indians leading the Litchfield Panthers 17-9.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
Ready for quarter number 4. It's Channahon on top of Litchfield by a 17-9 count, and the Indians also get the ball to start the final quarter of play. Held Litchfield to just 1 point in the third, did the Indians, and here's a turnover to start the final quarter as Melkert stole it away. Her pass ahead is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Litchfield on the baseline, but just a really impressive shutdown defensive effort in that third period for Channahon.
Did a nice job right there, really created a lot of havoc, caused 5 turnovers, and didn't give many open shot opportunities.
Here's Reed on the baseline drive, no good. Longwell kept it alive. Reed pulls it down. Second chance opportunity for Litchfield. Harmon drives down low. On the baseline, Reed, shot off the mark, and a tie-up on the rebound, and a jump ball will now be called and stay with Litchfield. Kind of let that one play out for a bit. And Litchfield has the possession underneath their own hoop. Reed looking close to 5, and a timeout taken by the Panthers. 5:24 to play in the contest. It's a 17-9 Channahon lead.
Hey, grab me 1 too.
.24 to play in the ball game. 17-9 Channahon with the lead. Litchfield took the timeout. They'll have it underneath their own basket here, as Lindsey Reed was having trouble getting that ball inbounded, and they had to take the timeout only with 2 left for the game. Reed gets the ball into Melkert. She'll put up a 3-point shot, no good. Rebound loose, out of bounds, off of the Panthers. It'll be Channahon basketball linked to the court to go. Litchfield's Melkert will come put a little pressure on. She'll get the steal now. Kind of surprised as the offensive player in the web. She came up to pressure her there and got the takeaway. Harmon to Reed in the corner. Reed for a 3, short. And Karstison with the rebound for Channahon. She'll push it ahead. Into the front court, Johnson. Out top of 3 on the way, gets Soylent, no good. Rebound, Carroll has it, and then poked out of bounds. It'll be Litchfield basketball, linked up the court to go. Melkert will bring it up here for Litchfield. To Harmon left side. Skip pass goes to Melkert. Tries to drive in. Back out to Carroll. Carroll from just inside the top of the key. No good. And a rebound to Gianna Johnson. Off
Panthers
to Webb.
just haven't been able to knock down shots here in this one. Webb stood up. Might have gotten away with the travel, but their coach is going to call a timeout. We'll take it to 17-9. Channahon on top of Litchfield. 4:26 to play in the ball game. We're back after this.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account, plus ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
Following the Channahon timeout, Indians have the basketball on the sideline in the backcourt. Up 17-9. And now the official at the scores table trying to clarify something with the official scorer here. And he says, now we're ready to rumble. Full court pressure here by Litchfield, trying to force some momentum back their direction. Ball down low, Stoneman away. Carroll got it off the tip from Jenna Longwell. To Reed into the front court. Bounces on the baseline to Harmon. Out top, Carroll, now Melker. Melker puts it on the dribble, ball poked loose, but Harmon runs it down. Now gets caught on the baseline and turns it over. You can tell why Channahon's given so many teams trouble on the defensive side this season. Just a very quick, long, athletic team. Here's a ball out top to get Soyland. Free throw line, Johnson now to Katowski with 3:40 to play. Have only surrendered 1 point in the second half as this Indian squad.
No fouls for either team in this fourth quarter. We'll see if Litchfield maybe looks to use a foul or two here pretty soon.
Katowski on the left side to Gitsoyland. In the middle finds Karstison, whose shot is no good, but she is fouled and will shoot 2 shots.
That'll be Harmon's third, first foul of the quarter against the Panther Cubs. Maddie Karstison back to the line for the Indians. She's got 1 point. Her team's got the 17-9 lead with 3:18 to play in the ballgame. Karstison's first is off the left, no good. If she makes this one, it will be her team's largest lead of the ballgame, and she will also take a seat as Reagan Keys is set to check in for Karstison. Missed the first, second one for her is on its way. Up in the air, and it is good.
So she sits down as Keys checks back in.
The 9-point Indians lead is their largest of the ballgame.
And now after Litchfield, you got to start maybe trying to find that outside shot. Here's a ball saved and bounced by Melker. Good hustle by her. Over on the left side to Harmon for a 3, no good. Rebound underneath, out of bounds. It'll be last touched by the Panthers. Now the referee is going to get together and talk about it to make sure that they both saw what they thought they saw there. And the referee said, I saw it. He said, all right, I believe you. Into the front court, gets Soyland. Here pass is tipped by Carroll, nearly stolen away. Gets Soyland, runs it down at the half-court line, and is fouled.
Melker be whistled for her second quarter foul for the Panther Cubs.
Webb walks it across the half-court line for Channahon. Good ball movement, just trying to play a little keep away. Now Reed will knock it out of bounds. And it's ball out here for the Indians. Katowski gets it back in the corner now from Gitsoyland. Free throw line, Keys looks to reverse. Back to Katowski on the wing with 2:29 left. Ball on the baseline, Johnson to Keys to Katowski. Good patience here shown by Channahon with the 9-point lead. Johnson Out to Soylent, back to Johnson, to Katowski out front, just playing a little keep away for Litchfield. You got to do something to maybe put him at the free throw line here. Down by 9, but only 2 minutes left. If you're going to make any kind of a run, it's got to come here in a hurry. Now Keys gets an opening down low, drives in, shot no good. Rebound Johnson, blocked by Longwell, but they'll say she got it on the arm for the foul.
Longwell will be whistled for her third foul of the quarter against Litchfield. It'll send Gianna Johnson back to the line to shoot 2. She's got 4 points in the ball game. Unable to get the first to go. As Channahon is a minute 55 away from winning third place here in the 8th grade Class 3A girls basketball state series. Second one is up and no good. Rebound fought for, and they'll say it was out of bounds off of Katowski, so it'll be Litchfield basketball.
As the Panther comes, bring it toward the front court. On the right side is to Reed. Dribbles to the baseline. Steps out of bounds, the official says. Turnover on Litchfield. Ball out of bounds to Channahon. Length of the court to go. Webb has it in the backcourt. Katowski over the top to Webb on a dangerous pass. Now she's caught in a precarious spot. To get Soylent, and Channahon will call for the timeout. That'll leave them with just one timeout remaining, but they lead by 9 with 1:32 to play.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
Is your little boy or girl off the naughty list? Well, don't miss your last chance to get toys at a huge sale December 17th at your local Farm and Home Supply. Here are some of our favorite deals, including this Build-A-Buddy tractor for under $20 and this huge remote control buggy for under $50. And get 25% off our huge selection of Melissa and Doug, including barn and pizzas. And get 20% off all games and puzzles, including a new favorite, Chicken Poo Bingo. And one of our best sellers from last year's back, this toy hauler is under $25. See all these deals and more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Channahon basketball out of bounds on the sideline. 1:32 to play in the contest, leading 18-9. Keys out to Katowski. She'll work it back out. Now to get Soylent over to Webb. With a minute 15 to play, Litchfield not going to foul here, it doesn't appear. Aside Keys to get Soylent. Katowski. And with a minute left in this third and fourth place game, very well may see that be our final score. And now a foul going to be called on Reed. It'll just be the fourth team foul. But it will allow Litchfield, they want to put some subs into the game here. We'll see Emma Estelle check in for the first time. Also into the contest for the Panthers is Charlotte Reyes, Kinley Hempkin, Allison Belusco, and Samantha Rickey. On the other side for Channahon, Emily Brown in for the first time, along with Peyton Sirik. We also see coming into the contest, Emily Tim, and Kaylee Birmingham is in for the first time. Ball comes to Katowski out near the half-court line with 49 seconds to play. Katowski works it off on the right side. That's to Sirik. Back to Katowski. Reverses the ball on the left side. Birmingham to Katowski with 35 seconds to play. Birmingham dribbles into a double team. Had the ball knocked loose for a moment. Run down, a three-point shot up and no good by Sirik. Rebound will go out of bounds. It'll be Litchfield basketball. Katowski now will sit down for Channahon. As into the contest is Katie Fleetwood. And we see in for Litchfield, Sarah Rickey. And also in, we will see Kaylee Morgan. Litchfield ball length of the court to go. With 20 seconds left in regulation. They'll have the trophy and medal ceremony right after this game for these two teams. Here's a ball now stolen away by Channahon, and with 10 seconds left, the Indians can just dribble. Well, they could have just dribbled that one out, but the ball goes out of bounds into the front court. And now Litchfield will have one more shot at it here. 5 seconds remaining. Into the front court with it for Litchfield is Kinley Hempkin. She'll give it off to her teammate Reyes. Her shot would not fall, and Channahon takes home third place. The Indians finish with a record of 22-2 on the season. Litchfield finishes this year at 21-5, and they claim the fourth place trophy. We take you to the post-game show presented by Blessing Health System with final stats. We'll also have the trophy and medal ceremony for you next on Central Illinois Sports.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's open heart surgery team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's open heart surgery team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back to the Blessing Health System post-game show. Final of this one, Channahon claims the third place trophy, 18-9 over Litchfield. And Damon Emmerich has a look at final stats.
Well, after one quarter of play, we were tied at 4, tied at 8 going into halftime before Channahon pulled away in the third quarter as they got out to a 17-9 lead after 3 and finished this game with the victory, 18-9. Shooting percentages in this one for Litchfield, just 4 of 25 from the field for 16%, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 19 turnovers in the ball game for the Panther Cubs. For Channahon, they finished 5 of 15 from the 2 and 2 of 10 from the three-point line, shooting 28% total in the ball game on 7 of 25 shooting, 2 of 10 from the free throw line. Scoring in the ball game, Lindsey Reed with 4 points and McKenna Harmon with 5 points for the Litchfield Panther Cubs. And for the Indians of Channahon, 2 points for Maddie Karstison, 4 points for Gianna Johnson, 2 points for Sadie Webb, and Kennedy Katowski led the way for Channahon with 10 points.
They will hand out medals and trophies to these two teams. Both sets of squads will get a medal for each player, manager, statistician, coach, principal, and superintendent. And they'll be handing those out here at midcourt. We'll tell you about the Litchfield squad first of all, who finishes with a record of 21-5 on the season. Its coaches are Drew Logan and Jennifer Fleming for the Panther Cubs. And they'll first hand out the Sportsmanship Award for the day. Jenna Longwell of Litchfield and Kennedy Katowski of Channahon winning the Sportsmanship pin for this contest. Congratulations to those two young ladies for showing good sportsmanship during this third and fourth place game. For Litchfield now, players, all 8th graders for this Litchfield Panther Cub squad. As we'll get set to meet this Panther Cup squad. First is be Emma Estelle.
Medallions will be awarded first to members of both teams, and then followed by the presentation of team trophies.
As they explain how the medals are going to be handed out here.
Executive Director of the IESA. Now at this time, please meet the Panther Cubs of Litchfield, who finished the season in 4th place.
So 4th place, nothing to be ashamed of here for Litchfield. Get to finish in the top 4 in your class. And although it's not the finish they probably wanted when they started last Saturday, not a lot of people can say they took home a state trophy for their team. So we congratulate Litchfield for their 4th place finish here today. Drew Logan, the head coach for the Panther Cubs, and assistant coach Jennifer Fleming. And now to meet the players. First of all, number 2, Emma Estelle. Next, we'll have number 3, Charlotte Reyes. Followed by number 4, Kinley Hempkin. Then we have number 11, that's Kaylee Morgan. Number 20, Samantha Ricky. Number 21, Adia Melkert. Number 22, Jada Carroll. Number 24, Lindsay Reed. Number 25, Emma Widener. Number 32, Sarah Ricky. Number 41, Allison Belusco. Number 42, McKenna Harmon. And number 44, Jenna Longwell for Litchfield. Again, they finish here in 4th place in Class 3A. Congratulations to them on a fantastic season. Next, we'll meet the squad from Channahon before they hand out the trophies to both squads. Channahon will get their medals here at midcourt. As the Indians finish with a record of 22-2. Good record for Channahon to finish their season in 3rd place. Coaches are Tommy Stokey, Lauren Schwartz, and Brittany Bertani. Also meet the administrators. We just don't have all of their names written down. We thank them for their role in this as well in administrating. And Channahon's young people are fired up. And that fun thing about the 3rd and 4th place game, as you talked about, Damon, it's usually a little more laid back and teams have a little more fun. You can tell these two teams had a lot of fun playing in this contest. Let's meet the players now. A 7th grader, Julia De La Cruz. Number 14, an 8th grader, Clara Getsoylan. Number 15, an 8th grader, Angela Morales. Number 20, an 8th grader, Reagan Keys. Number 22, an 8th grader, Kaylee Birmingham. Number 30, a 7th grader, Taylor West. Number 32, an 8th grader, Emily Tim. Number 33, an 8th grader, Katie Fleetwood. Number 42, an 8th grader, Maddie Karstison. Number 43, an 8th grader, Gianna Johnson. Number 44, an 8th grader, Emily Brown. Number 45, an 8th grader, Kennedy Katowski. An 8th grader, number 53, Sadie Webb. And 8th grader, number 54, Peyton Sirik. And finally, a 7th grader, number 55, Gianna Gray. That's a look at the players for Channahon. They took home the 3rd place trophy. Congratulations to the Indians on their fantastic finish to their season. Now the captains will be presented the trophy. First of all, the fourth place trophy to be handed out for Litchfield.
Will the captains of Litchfield please step forward to receive your fourth place trophy?
As the Panther Cubs finish in fourth place in the IESA Class 3A Girls Basketball State Finals. Congratulations to Litchfield. And a fantastic year here for Litchfield. And a lot of emotions for these young people. Happy about the experience, sad because it's over. And for Channahon, they'll take home the third place trophy as Katowski will come up and take the trophy back to her teammates to show off to the crowd here. An exciting moment for these young people who have a lot of basketball left to be played in their careers. Again, the final in this one, Channahon 18, Litchfield 9. That's going to complete our coverage of this third and fourth place game from Germantown Hills. They'll have opportunities here in the gymnasium for the fans and parents to get some pictures taken with their team. So it'll be a slight break before the championship game. We'll have that for you